Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Inspired Blueprint channel. My name is Tatiana. I am a business coach, a mentor, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm a woman that is passionate about helping you to get out of your own way to finally do the things that you have on your heart, the things that you desire. We talk a lot about entrepreneurship here on this channel, but I am super passionate about so many different areas. And so today we are going to be talking about entrepreneurship though, but I hope that you follow along. If this is your first live catching me, welcome. I'm so glad you are here. If you are returning, hey, I'm so happy that you are back. Today we are talking all about saying goodbye to the doubt and hello to our dreams. And this is something that I feel is very foundational on this channel. My purpose, my mission, all of the things is to help you to get out of your own way. I say that all of the time. And a lot of times doubt is what creeps in. A lot of times doubt is the thing that makes us feel like we can't make this happen. It doesn't feel realistic for us. And so we're going to talk about it. I'm going to share a bit about my story, and then I want to talk a little bit about something that I am working on / have created that has helped so many women overcome doubt and allow them to do just different things that they wanted to do. So we're going to talk about a lot of things today. So hopefully as you all are getting on, hey, I hope you're having a great week so far. Let me know, where are you watching from? Hello, replay fam. Definitely let me know where you are watching from as well. But yes, feel free to comment, ask questions, and all of the things. I'll be happy to answer them towards the end of the live stream. And we are going to go ahead and get into it. So I have my little notes right here in my notebook so I can stay on task, because it's always just best, okay? Especially with mom brain, now pregnancy brain, and just all of the stuff. It's just, it could be a lot, all right? So welcome you guys. Hey, Monica. Hello. So happy you made it as well. Yes, of course. I'm so happy to be here. Okay. So first, I wanted to just say again that like I mentioned, I'm a woman that is passionate about helping women to get out of their own way. And one of those areas that I do that is entrepreneurship. I started a business back in 2016 called The Stationary Muse. And this business was birthed out of my love and excitement for all things paper products, planners, journals, stickers, cards, just all of the different things. And eventually it turned into me opening an Etsy shop in May of 2016 and starting to document the process here on my channel. The business from the Stationary Muse, eventually that turned into me starting to coach and creating courses. And then it turned into the Inspired Blueprint when I decided to kind of pivot and make some changes. And so that's the name that you see today. And now I have not only products like planners and journals, tons of apparel, lifestyle items, all of the different things. So I've kind of dibbled and dabbled in a lot of the product side, but I also have a lot of courses. I have a membership for women that are wanting to get into entrepreneurship and really get the support that they need, as well as just a ton of like digital products and items to just kind of help you get clarity around what it is that you're trying to do. And so I have really had my hand in this entrepreneurship thing, specifically in the stationery world. And I love to talk about my journey, because even though a lot of people have been around for a while, which I'm so grateful for, there's always new people that are here. And so I love to just tell my story first and foremost, just a little bit, but I want to tell it in a way of where we're really talking about doubt, because that is the topic of today's live. And I'm gonna tell you right now, doubt is one of those things that has affected me in so many seasons of life, even outside of entrepreneurship. Becoming a new mom back, my daughter just turned 6, y'all, which is absolutely crazy. But yes, 6 years ago, finding out that I was going to be a mom for the first time, and just having the doubt around that, having the doubt around us moving to, new places and not knowing what that new life was going to look like. Having doubt about the first time that I did a speaking engagement, or the first time that I decided to launch a planner, the first time that I decided I wanted to open my Etsy shop. Even right now, I'm currently pregnant and expecting to have a baby late winter next year. And I am doubtful, right? I have doubt around becoming a mom of 2. And so I think that it is healthy for us in some ways to not be cocky about what we're getting into. Like, it's okay to have a little bit of doubt. It is okay for us to feel that. But when it becomes a problem is when we allow for it to stop us. We allow it to pause the progression that we have on the things that we are being called to do, the things that we're passionate about. I feel like even from a young age, I always had a call to help women, and I felt like that was something early on that I knew I wanted to do, even being a young girl. And I'm like, okay, I don't know nothing about being a woman, but I know that this is something that God wants for me. And so when I decided to launch my planner, because I really think that that's a good one to talk about, because we're coming up on planner season, y'all. Like, we are fully in it. I feel like once September hits, even August, but once September hits, it's like full on planner season. People are so excited about their new planners for the year. We're starting to get geared up for the holidays, but then we're also starting to think about the new year, what we want to do. So this is full on planner season. So if you ever have wondered when is a good time to launch a planner, from now until the end of the year is a wonderful time to launch a planner. I think definitely. Okay. But when I first wanted to launch mine, this was back in 2020. But the year before that, I had kind of declared that this was what I wanted to do. I had said it on, I was doing Vlogmas, and I had actually said it on one of the videos. I was like, I'm launching a planner next year. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm doing it. And it had been a couple of years of me just desiring, wanting to do this, but I didn't know how I was going to make it happen, simply because I had never done anything like that before. At that time, I was mainly creating planner inserts, so it was kind of like just little individual pages that people could put in like A5 binders and different things like that. I was doing some stickers. I had a subscription box. So I was definitely doing a lot of things within the industry, but I had never really put my hand in the planner field. And I even had tried to create a planner that was more like a, if you're familiar with A5 pages, you'll know what I'm talking about. I had created an A5 planner. So it was very much in my comfort zone. You know, it was just the same kind of like punched pages, and then people could put it in the binder. That ended up flopping, and I've shared about that in a past video. But I really wanted to create like my own planner journal, like my own standalone product, okay? One that you didn't need to get anything for it to go in or anything like that. And so me saying that was a huge deal. And I always tell people all the time, I know everyone has their different opinions about this, but I always feel like when it's something that you kind of have some doubt within yourself, announce it. Even if it's not publicly, it might just be to your best friend. It might be to your significant other. It might be to your child, you know, whoever it is. Like, just tell someone, this is what's on my heart. I think I'm going to go for this, and I wanted to share this with you. And I think that it's something about that accountability that really helps you to get out of your head, you know, get a little bit of encouragement, hopefully. But if nothing else, just speaking the word sometimes outside of our minds, that is the power. That is the key that we need. And if you are a woman of faith like me, I know that I hear from God all of the time, just in my prayer time, in my quiet time, in times of just being still, in times of worship, times when I'm in the shower. Like, I just get these ideas, and I'm like, okay, I know this is God, because I don't have any experience in this. I have no comfort in this, you know. And so those are the times when I really need to just have a little bit of extra encouragement, a little bit of support, and some accountability. And so that was what I did. I announced it, and I did it on Vlogmas. So that was a little bit more public, but I just encourage you to do that if there's anything that you are thinking about. I remember even when I decided I wanted to homeschool my daughter, I didn't know anyone really that homeschooled outside of, at the time, it was like one friend. And we had talked about it, and I was like, "Ooh, she's so brave. I can't believe she's doing this." And I finally said to her, I was like, you know what? I think I want to homeschool my daughter. I think I want to homeschool Emery. And I remember her being like, you can do it. And that was really all that I needed to unlock it. Like, I had already been watching the videos about it. I had already been, you know, kind of like diving into that world and all of those things, but I just had yet to really remove the doubt from the situation. And so that sometimes can help you, is just to tell someone that's trusted, tell someone what you desire, and sometimes they can be the thing to help you with that. But so yeah, I decided that I was going to launch this planner. And I remember when the new year was coming up, I was like, okay, I need to figure this out. I done told people I'm going to be launching this thing. Obviously, we know how 2020 went. So the year already had a lot of chaos and unexpected turns and twists that I wasn't anticipating. But I still was like, I'm going to make this happen. And so I started researching. I already had some knowledge about sourcing things from overseas, because I was already doing that with my subscription box. I was already getting custom products made. I was already, getting like bulk items to put in my box. So I already kind of was using that knowledge a little bit, and I wanted to take that and try to get a planner created. And I'm going to be honest, it was a process that was both good in a sense of like it really gave me the experience of just getting to connect with the different people online, really getting to understand their process, their turnaround times, just get into that whole world of what manufacturing is all about, and just understanding how it works. But it was very defeating because I always ran into a wall. I ran into a wall of, they want me to get too many. Okay, they're talking about I gotta get 500 or 1,000, and I'm like, okay, not only do I barely have room for our stuff we have now, but I don't have the funds to invest in that kind of inventory. And honestly, I still was doubtful. I'm like, do I really want that many? And I don't even know how this is gonna go, So I ran into that a lot with them. I also ran into the fact that some of the desires I had for it, I wanted people to be able to choose from a wide variety of covers. And I felt like I would have been limited to just one cover because, well, I'm getting a minimum quantity of 1,000. So it's like, well, I would have to just get one cover of that. And so I started finding just little limitations here and there where for some people it might have been like, oh, this is fine, this works for me. But for me, I felt like, okay, there has to be another way. And so also just with the unknowing of like how long things were going to take, at that time, it was like the peak time of like everything happening right in like March, April, May, like that whole time frame. And I didn't know how long stuff was really going to take for sure. Just a lot of stuff was up in the air. And so I decided, I'm like, okay, I have made products by hand since I started my business. And I know that I can probably do this. I had already made a handmade journal before. I did a Live, Love, Inspire notebook, which was actually a really cool product. I had made that and I had did it with my binding machine, and I was like, there's gotta be a way that I can make this become a planner. Like there has to be a way to make this happen. So I scoured Google, y'all. I looked high and low. I found literally, I can count on one hand the videos that I found for the hand making process of trying to create like a hardcover planner. It was almost impossible. Like no one really had a lot, but I found one girl's video, and it's not even, I don't even think it's up anymore, but her name was Holly, and she had a video and she was talking about the bookbinding process, and specifically she talked about being able to bind it and all of those things. And I'm like, this is kind of what I'm doing. I'm like, I want to do some different things, but like, Holly, you're giving me some answers that I've been looking for, like, thank you, girl. And so I watched her video, I looked at the resources and stuff that she had, and then from there I took it and I ran with it, and I just started making calls after calls. I ordered samples, and the doubt slowly started to fade because I started getting the answers I needed. I was able to remove all of the unknown, which typically is what comes with doubt, right? It's like us not knowing what's the next step going to be. It's just very gray. And so the gray started clearing up, and I started feeling really good about it. And then the supplies started coming in. I started getting all of the different things I needed to make it happen. And some of the stuff I already had. And that was one of the things where I'm like, God really saw me in that moment, because I already had the heavy duty paper cutter. I already had the binding machine. I already even had some coils, even though I had to get some larger ones as I went on. But I already had what I needed, and I didn't even know. And so I never in a million years thought that I would be making handmade planners, y'all, okay? When I said that back in 2019, I never thought that that was the process of what it was going to look like. It was never the way I envisioned it, but it opened so many doors for me, because not only did I now have the flexibility and freedom to create this planner that people loved and it did well and people got to customize it, and it was a really good time, y'all. Like, it was such a fun launch. I had so much fun doing that. But it also unlocked something that I didn't expect, and that was it unlocked the potential for other people to do the same thing. And that was when I started sharing about it here on my YouTube channel, because I was like, okay, I really want to help other women that are in the same boat or like similar to how I was, where they want to do this. Maybe it's not feeling realistic for them to do it the overseas way, or maybe they want to do something different. And I wanted to give them an answer, And so it was kind of a twofold. I got to create this dream product I always wanted to create, but I also got to kind of fulfill this dream of helping women. And so it was just really beautiful. And that is just one example of my story of how doubt was something that I allowed it to stop me for a bit. But if I would have allowed it to keep going, this channel probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have ever done the planners. I wouldn't be able to help women and talk about these kind of things, because I would have still been like, ooh, yeah, I don't know, you know? And so I want to encourage you with a couple of points that I have, because like I said, doubt, it can live in our minds for a really long time. And one of the things that I have done is met with a lot of women over the years, just through like my kickoff calls. They're kind of like just an introductory call. And I've gotten to meet so many of you on those calls. And almost every woman on that call has had doubt in some way, shape, or form. You know, and it may have been something that's just been happening for a couple of months. It may have been happening for several years. And it always hurts me when it'll just be something simple like, oh, you know, well, there's a lot of people already doing it. So, you know, that's why I never got started. Because I always like to ask that question of like, you know, why do you think that, you know, it's taking you this long, or whatever the case is. Or, you know, they'll just feel like, I don't really feel qualified enough. I don't feel creative enough. I don't really have the support at home that I need. There's so many different things that allow doubt to just literally freeze us in just this trance of like, okay, I know I want to do this thing. And then it just never goes past that point, which is crazy to me. And so the first thing that I want you to realize is when you allow doubt, when you say goodbye to it, when you allow it to leave and get out of the way, the first thing that it does is it benefits your passions. It lights you up inside. It fulfills something in you that I just cannot explain. If I had continued to say no to it, even this business in general, if I would have continued to just doubt that I could start my business simply because I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship, I would have never started the thing that now has me here today. And there's so much fulfillment that I get out of helping women and creating these products and getting to just be creative and, you know, inspire and all of these things and what it looks like. And God has continued to walk me along the path every step of the way, even though I didn't know what I was doing, you know, but I feel fulfilled. There's so many things that I can go out in the world and I can do, and I'm like, man, but when I sit down and I do my stuff for the Inspire Blueprint, I'm like, this is my jam. This is what I love. This is my passion, and it fulfills me. And so that feeling alone, it is enough to just take a chance, right? And then number two, it fulfills the call that God has on you. So if you are a woman of faith, if you are someone that feels like God has been pulling you in a certain direction, but you just maybe have been, for whatever reason, being disobedient, we all do it, right? It's going to fulfill that for you. And that does something as well. You know, it strengthens your faith. It shows you that, wow, you know, God is here for me. Even though I didn't know how I was going to get from step A to step C, He was here for me. And now look at me. I'm all the way over here on step P now, right? You know, He's with you every step of the way. And so that is another thing that happens with doubt. It's you taking a leap of faith, even though you don't really know what's on the other side, right? It's you slowly just being like, okay, I'm going to take those steps. Like with me, I was slowly doing that research. I didn't give up. Even though I wasn't finding a ton of information, I kept going. I'm like, I'm going to get this. And He was with me every step of the way. And for that, I can use that as something to look back on. And when I feel doubtful about something today, I can look back and be like, you know what? My faith was strengthened because He had me. He had me in that season. So I know that He will have me again in this next thing that I want to do. And then number three is kind of like the hidden bonus that I really did not expect. But when I was obedient in what I wanted to do, when I decided to remove the doubt, push it away to the side, well, it helped others. It inspired others. It gave other people something to show them that, okay, now I have the potential to do the same thing. Even like I mentioned, the homeschool thing, it's like kind of off topic from this, but it's still very much relevant because it's an everyday occurrence in my life. And that is something still, like, it encourages other people. You know, I talk to other people and just in passing, and I'll say like, oh yeah, we homeschool. And I used to be like kind of almost ashamed to say it. And, you know, I'll say it and I'll talk to people, and it just gives people a new perspective. Not to say that they are going to do it. Some people might be interested in it. Some people might feel doubtful like I felt, you know. But there's something that happens when you decide to give your yes, And then now you are allowing someone else to potentially have that be their yes or open their mind up to something. So it helps others. And I feel like that is almost just like this priceless bonus that I know I didn't expect in a lot of things I decided to do. But it's just really cool that that's something that happens. And that's all when we say goodbye to doubt and we say hello to our dreams. And that is mainly what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to look in the comments really quick. And then I wanted to share with you all about how I have really taken the last couple of months, because I took a bit of a hiatus. I did share in a video, so I'm sure many people know, but I found out that I was pregnant back in June. And so I took a bit of a break from my channel, just trying to process everything, also just like dealing with first trimester. And I had one project that was on my heart. Outside of my membership, I showed up for those ladies through and through. But one project was on my heart that I just could not stop thinking about, and that is the one that I wanted to share about with you all here in a minute. So let me see what you're saying. Okay, we got Monica from Las Vegas. What's up? We have, hey Derica. Hey, iBarber. Shalina, what's up? Yes, the fall decor. You know, we're trying to get it together. I'm trying to get my background. I don't have any of my fall stuff out yet, y'all. But I got these little leaf situations from Target. And they're really, really cute. But I need to get the rest of my stuff out. So I get like my little pumpkins and stuff. Let's see what else. Ray Z said, hello, I'm watching from New Jersey. Doubt caught my eye. I'm waiting for jury duty to start, so I can't stay long. Oh, I hope it goes well. Or as well as it can go. I know that could probably be a long day, but thank you for tuning in. You declared it, would be so. I love that. I need to do that about my dreams. Yes, declare it. I think some people will say sometimes like, oh, I want to keep my stuff to myself. I don't want to tell nobody, you know, because I don't want them to know what I got going on, you know, move in silence. And I think to a certain point that makes sense, but that's where we have to have discernment, you know, and like who we share things with, our level of comfort, and what exactly it is. Like there's some things that I have ideas about that I've never talked about and I wouldn't announce because I'm like, oh, well, I might want to like protect this idea, you know. That's a little bit different. But when it comes to something where it's just a very general, like I really want to launch a planner and you're scared to do that and you're getting in your way, it's like, girl, yes, declare it for sure. Let's see, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I think it's Lamina. That a friend of mine asked a custom planner. I never did that before. And just like you, I said yes. I'm learning as I go, and her planner will be delivered to her next week. Oh, good for you. Good for you. It's a fun process. It definitely, there's a lot to learn with it, but once you get it, you got it, and I love that. So congratulations for saying yes, even though you were doubtful. Just Miriam, hello from France. Thank you for watching while you're cooking dinner. I love that. So cool to have people that tune in from overseas. That's always really fun to me. Congratulations on the pregnancy. Thank you for the congratulations. Tuning in from London. Hey, Coach Noni, what is up? Tuning in from South Carolina. Oh, I'm in South Carolina. What part of South Carolina are you in? And then, yes. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so the project, y'all, that I have been working on is not a new project because it's actually one that I launched back in 2021. Because as I shared in my story, what ended up happening was I was sharing about just naturally. I was vlogging running my stationery business. So when it was time for me to start, y'all, these gnats, when it was time for me to start this process, I was like, oh, I should document this, you know. So I started sharing it, and what happened was me sharing about the handmade process, the doubts, because literally if you watch my first planner series, when I was getting ready to do that, y'all, doubt after doubt after doubt after fear after doubt, like just nonstop. But from me launching that series and sharing that whole process, women started to resonate and women wanted to know how they could do the same thing. And so I'm gonna be honest, I never in my wildest dreams thought about being a coach or a course creator. Those were never things on my cards at all. I'm like, okay. So again, you know, it's like, okay, God, you know, like, what are you doing? And so one of the things I ended up launching the following year was called the Handmade Planner Master Class. And it was a full in-depth step-by-step of the exact process that I did for my own things, along with just some extra bonus tips for how to do your stationery business and all that stuff, how to price it. It was one of my very first courses that I had did. I think I had maybe one other small one before that, but this was like the biggie. And I launched it, and a lot of people enjoyed it. Like a lot of people really enjoyed it. And so that was back in 2021. I relaunched it again with some updates in 2022. And last year I kept thinking like, oh, there's some more things I want to add into the course, but I didn't get around to it. And so after I made some updates and I ended up launching, if you guys are familiar, I launched these journals earlier this year. I decided that it was time for me to make some updates to the course again. And so this time I decided to do it. So I've been working on the revamp of the course. I actually changed the name slightly. So it's just called the Handmade Master Class now instead of the Handmade Planner Master Class, because it does also teach you how to do a notebook as well. So I wanted to kind of remove that confusion out of there. But I have been working on the revamp of that course. It has been really fun. It's been an exciting process, and I'm glad because I feel like out of all of the courses I ever created, this one to me, it really just exudes doubt, right? It exudes the fear of doing something afraid, the fear of, or not the fear, the want to do something afraid, the want to get the doubt out of the way and just do something different, because everybody is just making a handmade planner or journal. Like that's just not an average thing you're seeing happening left and right. And so the course, it just created like this option of a freedom choice for people, like some flexibility. And so yeah, I have been working on that. I've been making new videos for it. I've been updating the content for it. A lot of some of the same amazing things are still in there, but I'm adding to it. I'm adding a lot of the new things that I've learned along the way, like the stuff that I did with this notebook. The exact process on this is going to be in there. The finishes on how I did this, because it's like this really buttery, soft finish on there. I also created a coaching part as well. So not only will the ladies that sign up for this pre-order of the new course, they sign up for that, they also are going to get coaching with me for 3 months. So every month we're going to get on. I have a specific topic we're going to be talking about. Off the top of my head, I know we're going to be talking about shipping. We're going to be talking about how to do pre-orders. We're going to be talking about launching, of course. How to handle volume, because that's a big one, especially with handmade stuff. Like, okay, how do I take this process? Okay, I made one, but now how do I make 100? How do I make 300? How do I make 50? Whatever that is. So we talk about all of that. And then there's tons of time for Q&A and support and encouragement, which is always my jam. So I am just really excited to share that is now open for pre-order. If you are interested, like I said, we are in planner season. So this is a time when a lot of us start thinking like, ooh, I should have started working on that planner. I should have started working on that journal. And the cool thing about handmade is you can kind of get started whenever you want. You're not really waiting on anyone. There's not a middleman necessarily, other than, okay, you waiting on something to ship to you, whether it's like your binding machine, or something like that. But you can launch a planner this planner season, like literally you can launch one this planner season. And so the course is going to allow for you to get all of those unknowns around that process, from just the beginning of like, I know I want to make something, but I don't even know what I want to go inside of it, all the way through everything else. And if you actually look down in the description of this live, I have a couple of links down there. The very first one is a link to the preview of the first chapter of my planner and notebook ebook. This is a book that I launched a couple of years ago to just help people that didn't necessarily want the course, but they were just like, oh, I kind of just want some better information on the process. So I give you a free preview of that. Check it out. There's no strings attached. It's literally just the first chapter of it. And that might be what you need, just to kind of jumpstart this idea. If you really want to do it, the first chapter walks you through how to take that idea and turn it into, okay, who is this going to be for? What do they need it to actually do for them? And then how am I going to make that happen in my planner, or how am I going to make that happen in my journal? That is what the whole first chapter is about. It also kind of touches on what you want it to look like as well, which is a really big thing. I think sometimes people don't realize how many options there are in this world of when you want to design. I mean, even here alone, like these two things are totally different. We have one that's a soft cover with rounded corners and it's smaller. We have one that's a hard cover with protective corners on it. It's a little bit bigger. Two different color coils, completely different sizes, different page counts. So all of these details are some of the first things that you need to start thinking about long before you are trying to make it by hand, get it manufactured. Like, these are things you can start figuring out for free, right in your own home, just really trying to think through some things. So check that out. And then also, if you are interested in the course, I do have the link for you to find out about the course and the coaching, or just the course. The revamp is just about finished. Monday, it will officially be finished and it'll be live. And I'm very excited. I've been working really hard on this. It's definitely been a challenge being pregnant. I'm glad that I'm now in the second trimester. So energy is through the roof. Motivation is through the roof. But y'all, the way I was set up for 3 months, okay, it was a little rough out here. But now I'm like, yes, this is the perfect time. And fall, my favorite season, is around the corner. So it's just like, it's good things happening. So check out the course, because I think that it might be just the thing you need to finally get you going, right? Like, maybe you were like me and you wanted to get it manufactured, but then you started reaching out for them quotes and you was like, woo, baby, I don't know about that one. So the handmade process, that might be a route to go. And I actually put up a video, I believe it was last week, and it was about the pros and cons of doing a handmade planner or journal, because it's not all amazing, okay? There's a lot of things that can kind of be like, about it too. So watch that. I also have a free handmade evaluation guide. So even if, like, I'm sitting here, I'm talking about it and I never want to glamorize it at all, I have videos on this channel and resources as well that will help you even decide if this is even the thing that you're trying to do, right? Because it's not for everybody. But yeah, I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited to share it because it's something I've been working on. It's definitely one of my mini babies that I have created, under the umbrella of my business. And yeah, I'm just very, very excited about it. So make sure you check that out. All of the links are down below. And let's see, Derica, what'd you say? She said, I have made a planner before and have all the things, but I kind of want to join to see if I can step up my game and stay on track through the process. Yes, it's definitely fun. And thank you, Cassie. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's one of the things, and that's why the coaching, like, kind of add on the bundle is really cool, because you'll already get the course. Like, you're going to get that no matter what, but the coaching is the thing that's going to kind of give you that extra accountability and that push. And I don't know how many times, like, I've done a course before and there wasn't really any extra support, and you may reach out and comment, and the person, they may answer the question for you, but it's not always like the most in-depth that you need it to be, or maybe they don't know your specific situation, and so it's hard for them to really speak to what you really want to know. And so that's why I'm doing this coaching. So I mean, y'all, we gonna be doing it together. I'm gonna be very pregnant by the end of it, okay? But I'm gonna be showing up for you guys every month so that I can help you get all of your questions answered, so that you can launch this thing. Like, I feel like out of all of the products that I have made over the years, like, my planner is the one that I'm the most proud of. It's by far the one I'm the most proud of, because it had so much heart behind it. It had, I don't know, I'm like feeling like I want to tear up a little bit. I think just because, like, so much went into this, like, the birth of this. And I wish I had the first one with me. I have it somewhere around here, but I still have the very first one that I made. But, like, so much went into the creation of this that I just love being able to share the process with people. I love seeing other people do the same thing. Like, it's something about creating your own product and having it in your hand, and then taking it a step further, and now other people can have it as well. Like, it's really, really cool. So I'm excited about it. Let's see. Hey, Carlin, what is up? Oh my gosh, Carlin, she has been following me for a number of years. So just thank you for continuing to be here. I appreciate you so much. Love, love, love the membership. Ladies, you are my big rocks. Oh, thank you, Derica. Yes. Y'all know I'm always going to plug my membership, if nothing else. Okay. Even if, like, you watch this and you're like, okay, I have no interest in doing a planner or a journal. I totally understand that. The membership is another baby of mine. Okay. It's just like a way for us to kind of close. Unless anyone has any questions, drop the questions now if you have any. I started the membership. We are coming up on, it'll be 2 years next spring. And what a joy it is to work with the ladies in the membership. Those, even the ones that have come and gone, the ones that have been there from the beginning, like there is nothing like getting together with a group of women that have a common goal of just wanting to do the thing, right? But we all get in our heads just because like life is happening. We get sick. Family stuff is going on. We simply don't feel like it, right? We're not feeling motivated. And so to get on those calls, week after week, because we have multiple calls a month, and to be able to just connect with one another and talk through these things and leave lighter and more encouraged. And even for me, like, y'all, like, they encourage me as well. So it's not like I'm just the one on there, like, you gonna do what I say. Like, it's not like that at all. It's such a just cool environment. And I'm so grateful to God that he put it on me, because it was another thing where I was like, I don't want to do membership. It's too much of a commitment. I don't know if I can be consistent with it. And even in like the darkest of days that I've had, like the days where I've wanted to give up, my membership is like the highlight. It's the thing that if I don't do anything else, I'm going to do what I need to do for my membership, ladies. And it's been like this kind of unexpected joy that I have. And so definitely check out the Inspire Blueprint membership. It's always open if you want to join us at any time. And it's a great time. Like we do a lot of good trainings in there. We have accountability calls, tons of support. You can ask things at all times. I love the accountability probably the most, but we have tech and back end calls. We have like this upcoming training we have this month. It's called Light Up Your List. So we're going to be talking about how to build our email lists and our text lists to really get geared up for the holidays. And yeah, y'all, I mean, we do it really well over there. We have guest speakers come at least once a quarter. And I'm just really proud of what the ladies are doing in there, because there's so many wins, just constantly people showing up for themselves. And it's just such a blessing. So yes, check out the Inspire Blueprint membership. Thank you, Derica. Okay, I got a couple questions. Let's see. Okay, first of all, I'm going to blow out this candle because the way that it's giving me a headache right now. It's been on for almost 3 hours because I was in here filming earlier. Y'all, okay. All right, so let me see here. Okay, so Chris and Ambi, let's see. What types of journals would we learn to create? So in the course, there are 3, I would say, different types of, I guess, options. So the first one of them I don't have here with me, but I can kind of explain. Yeah, I don't have it here with me. So the first way would be like a hardcover journal, because again, the process is the same for a planner or a journal. So you'll get a hardcover tutorial on how to do that, and that's the whole ins and outs of everything. The course does also include the actual like designing portion as well. So I walk you through how to use InDesign, and actually all those videos, I re-recorded all of those so they're updated to the latest InDesign 2024 currently, on how to design the pages on the actual program too. So you're getting that. But yeah, so hardcover, I guess we'll call this soft cover. So you'll learn that. You'll learn about this matte finish thing that I absolutely love. It really like levels it up to just this chef's kiss quality, y'all. Like, I cannot explain it, okay? And then the other one that I do not have sitting with me, but if you ever have seen a happy planner, if you have ever seen just any of those planners that you typically will see like in the planner section or the journal section, and they're like a very thick laminate cover. Happy Planner is the best thing I can use as an example because most people will know what that is. You also learn that technique as well on how to do that. So there's technically 3 different options. All of those can be a journal. And then Cassie said, do you take orders to make custom journals for others? So I do, through the Inspire Blueprint, I do have custom items. So like, for example, this journal is an example. I have a lot of little journals on my site. If you look, and you can get like your name on there. You can order a bigger amount if you want to have like bundle options. But if you're actually wanting me to like make them for you to sell for your business, no, I don't do that. But I do create like custom stuff. Like let's say you are having like a conference and you want to get some of these made. That I can do, and I can put names on them and stuff like that. Let's see, Derica, I look forward to meeting up, especially on my down days. So uplifting, support, and help on my own business goals. Yes, Yes, the membership, it don't matter. Like, I feel the same way. Like, I'll be having a day where I'm kind of like, blah, whatever. Especially like during the first trimester, y'all. Like, it's a blessing, but it can be rough, okay? And I had some rough days, and there were some days I was getting on the calls, and I was like, man, I'm just not feeling it. And then by the time I would get off the call, I would just be like smiling. So, I totally agree. Jess Miriam said, do you mean Franklin planner with disc bounds? So I'm not, or you mean like the Franklin Covey? I think if that's what you're referring to. I don't personally have that planner, but let me see if I have something around here, y'all. Don't mind me. Let me see. I don't know if I have anything around here to just show really quick. Let me check the closet. Sorry. Okay, I don't want to make you wait too long. Yeah, I don't have anything right now. But if you look up Happy Planner, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So it's a basically picture like a piece of cardstock paper. And it has a very, very thick lamination on it, so you can't bend it easily or anything like that. And it has rounded corners typically, but you don't have to round the corners if you don't want to. If you look up Happy Planner, it is disc bound. So yes, I do teach you how to do disc bound in there, and then you also learn how to do this wire O bound. So there's 2 binding options, there's 3 cover options, design stuff. You learn how to do stickers in there. You learn, there's quite a bit in there. We talk all about like how to actually figure out what order of the pages you want, what you want on the pages, all of those ins and outs. We talk about just like extra embellishments and things you want to add to it. We talk about pricing, a little bit of everything. There's a new thing that I just added. I was finishing up the design last night on it. There's some new spreadsheets that are going to be in there to kind of help get organized with just like the costs of everything, keeping up with the inventory and stuff like that too. So there's definitely some new things coming. There's a lot of the same amazing things that'll be in there too. So even if you have like purchased the course before, check your inbox, because I've been sending some emails to you as well about taking advantage of that coaching option if you want to get the extra support. But yeah, any other questions before I go? And I'm sorry I don't have anything to show. I have like just the stuff that I really use regularly in here, and then I have stuff like in a closet out in the hallway and stuff and all of that. My husband always shakes his head, y'all, because I got a whole closet full of books and old planners and notebooks and stuff that I probably don't really need, but you never know, right? You never know. All right, I'll give it 1 or 2 more minutes because I know there's a delay. But I think that's pretty much all that I have. I appreciate you all for getting on with me today. I have not been live in so long. I think my last live was maybe a month and a half ago, I feel like. And that was before I had announced that I was pregnant. It was a very rough live. I remember I was like nauseous before I got on. I was nauseous during it, and I just like said a prayer. I was like, okay, I hope that I can get through this. But yes, definitely. Okay. So I'm gonna let you all go, but yeah, definitely check out all of the links down below. The planner and notebook ebook chapter preview, that is down there. You can get that for free. That will just give you an intro to whether you're making a planner or a journal, just to kind of get some of those first steps in place. I also do actually have the full ebook available, so you'll see the information about that once you sign up for the preview. Also the course as well that I talked about, the Handmade Master Class, the new name, I gotta remember not to say planner, Handmade Master Class. That is open for pre-order, officially available on September 9th is when it'll start to unlock. But right now you'll be able to get it at a discount up until Monday. So check all that stuff out, y'all. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'm so glad you were able to join Carlin as well. All right, I'll see you all next time.